and funding for further development. Another part of this stage is the linking up and unification of existing communities worldwide. This first step requires significant investment. Therefore, it should be achieved by using support from available programs such as EU donations, university research programs, local government subsidies, and other existing foundations. Step 2. Providing energy. The next step is establishing a clean energy producing company, for example, a solar panel manufacturer. It reduces the cost of starting new communities and provides margin-free equipment. Step 3. Construction of the automated factory. With basic resources, food and energy secured, the next step will be to establish and operate automated factories where all necessary machines can be designed and manufactured. Step 4. Creating transport. The automated and globally coordinated connections between these colonies will be established. It will reduce the need for outsourcing our shipping services and allow direct resource exchange between the projects. Step 5. Securing raw materials. This step involves establishing facilities to ensure necessary resources. It is also important to notice that every community shall be established according to the rules of recycling and intelligent waste management. Step 6. Further development. With the network of advanced self-sufficient communities, production facilities, and global transport, we finally will be able to focus on the next fields and final outsourcing of services like education, healthcare, space program, and ocean cities. This chapter is dedicated to a description of the global tool that can be used to achieve the transition plan. It is called the Resource-Based Economy Foundation, or RBEF. Before we proceed further, we would like to point out some very important facts and differences making this foundation unique. The Resource-Based Economy Foundation is to be created from the ground up within the monetary system using existing mechanisms. Through the coordination of multiple activities, projects, and enterprises in a fully transparent way, the RBE Foundation will provide resources including funds and a coordination platform for various projects aiming on introduction of a resource-based economy. RBEF, later called Foundation, exists as a tool for the resource-based economy projects during the transition period and provides the necessary resources and funding. According to the principles, all work shall be done on the voluntary basis. All acquired resources, including money, shall be redistributed among the RBE projects. Foundation serves as a transition-based link between the current monetary system and the future resource-based economy. Foundation is a center for all projects which require and/or generate resources and funds. All decisions concerning the funds and management shall be as automated as possible and made in scientific ways in order to achieve 100% transparency about the funds. The foundation shall exist as long as the money is necessary and an irreplaceable resource for the initiation and efficient operation of RBE projects. Let's go over some of the values that the foundation stands for. Resource-based economy. Foundation exists solely because of and for the RBE projects. Volunteer work. Work and time is much better contributed than money. Therefore, the operation of the RBE Foundation will be primarily based on the work of volunteers. Management of this work shall be done in scientific and organized manner. Scientific management. Much of the fundamental management of the Foundation will be left to the Foundation's computerized system rather than to human decisions. Transparency. All funds are fully transparent and accounted for from the moment they enter the system to the moment they are spent. Automated funds distribution. Distribution of the funds shall be done in an automated and predefined way, leaving no space for individual human errors. Respect is a must for everyone, their opinions, abilities, and unique approaches to solutions. So how does it all work? Describing the whole mechanism would take much more time than we have here. Therefore, we would like to present the general idea instead. Nevertheless, we hope to work together with you on the RBEF details in the near future to cooperate with your own project. Well, frankly speaking, the RBEF is a tool to buy us out from the monetary system to the resource-based economy. Also a tool to accept and use existing mechanisms and donations like EU funds, government grants, etc. It of course varies from country to country. The idea is that everyone has a full control over their donations and can track each donation all the time. Donators can also choose to fund a specific project of their choice directly. So, if you decided to buy a shovel for Project A, which posted it as a request as part of the startup package, you can actually see the scanned receipt, bank transfer, and even the very shovel at the project through an on-site real-time webcam. 100% transparency is one of the main values of the Foundation. It is as simple as that. The goal is to build the first cities by the common effort of humanity and therefore buy us out from the current corrupted system. Here is a specific example in relation to U.S. taxes. In most countries, when a person or an organization donates money to a non-profit organization, the donating entity doesn't have to pay tax. They are able to write off the amount on a donated sum. What this also means is that entities can donate their tax directly to the foundation instead of their host government. It is the simplest way to have control over your tax and dedicate it to something worthy rather than sponsoring corporations. We will have an easy-to-follow step-by-step guide for contributors to be able to do this online. Taxes. A tax is a financial charge or other levy imposed on an individual or a legal entity by a state or a functional equivalent of a state. The monetary system heavily depends on taxation and thus cannot exist without this, and this is what the transition plan takes advantage of. In the United States, any person who possesses any kind of property or earns a wage can legally write off any donation to a nonprofit made. It holds true to most countries as well and differs by some local rules and regulations. In any case, this will legally allow people to donate around 50% of their tax money and support a resource-based economy. The New Zealand project is a practical first step towards creating a resource-based economy based on the concept of Jacques Fresco's The Venus Project. During the initial transition period, we aim to build a sustainable community in Northland, New Zealand. The community will build its way up to having a population of approximately 500 people. This community will not only function as a prototype for future developments, but also a research and development center for new RBE technologies within itself. The goal is to create a workable model to then create similar developments across the world. Eventually, we will be able to create a web of interconnected, self-sufficient communities, making the transition to a resource-based economy. New Zealand's geographical location, combined with ideal weather conditions and island isolation with a small population that allows for ease and adaptability, has huge potential for transformation. Through examining the viability and implementing the logistics including resource and energy usage, carrying capacity, and economic barriers, the resource-based economy will see its first fruitation project in the next 3 years. See our website for further details. At the New Zealand project, all possibilities to relieve humans of labor, scarcity, and control are tried, tested, and implemented. The project in itself is a living, evolving experiment. Once researched, these technologies will be shared with the world to improve other like-minded cities. Once completely automated and operational, the project will serve as the first working model of a resource-centric city, as depicted by the Venus Project. The success of this city will serve as a tribute to all resource-based economies and will lead to further developments of this nature. The creation of the resource-based economy dream can unravel into reality.
Losing my my future is not like losing an election or a few points on the stock market. I am afraid to go out in the sun now because of the holes in our ozone. I am afraid to breathe the air because I don't know what chemicals are in it. I used to go fishing in Vancouver, my home, with my dad, until just a few years ago we found the fish full of cancers. And now we hear of animals and plants going extinct, every day vanishing forever. In my life, I have dreamt of seeing the great herds of wild